How many people died in the gulags? Have you ever wondered about the human cost of the Soviet Union's labor camps? The gulags were a vast system of forced labor camps that operated primarily from the 1920s to the mid-1950s. Millions of people passed through these camps, including political prisoners, criminals, and those labeled as enemies of the state. The question of how many people died in the gulags is complex, but modern research gives us a clearer picture. Between the years 1930 and 1953, around 18 million individuals went through the Gulag system. Out of these, estimates suggest that between 1.6 million and 1.76 million people died due to their detention. The causes of death were varied and often tragic. Harsh forced labor, lack of food, brutal weather conditions, disease, and even summary executions contributed to these high numbers. A particularly deadly period occurred from 1941 to 1943. This coincided with the German invasion of the Soviet Union during World War II. During these years, roughly half of the total deaths in the gulags happened. Earlier estimates of deaths were much higher, sometimes suggesting millions more. However, after the Soviet archives were opened, historians have largely agreed on the lower range of 1.6 to 1.8 million deaths within the camps. It is important to understand that the Gulag was not designed specifically to kill prisoners. Unlike the mass executions carried out during Stalin's purges, the camps were meant for forced labor. However, the conditions were so severe that they led to high mortality rates. The death rate in the camps was several times higher than the average for the Soviet population during the 1930s and 1940s. From a European history standpoint, the gulags representing a dark chapter in the legacy of the Soviet Union. They illustrate the extreme repression and human suffering that characterized Stalin's regime. The existence of these camps contributed to the broader context of totalitarian control and political terror that shaped Eastern Europe throughout the 20th century. The memory of the gulags serves as a powerful reminder of the dangers posed by authoritarianism and the human suffering it can inflict.